Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the Assam history. This is the first class for Assam history and starting with uh, the sources of Assam history. So the sources of Assam history is basically known as the literary sources, and these literary sources are divided into two parts. One part is known as what Vedic source, and one part is known as what foreign source. It means that from where we get the information about our history, we must need to categorize that source into two parts. One part is primarily known as Vedic source. Now we are concerned about the Vedic source first. Now, what is the meaning of the Vedic source? In Vedic source, we are going to know about the Gopatha Brahmana. We are going to know about the Ramayana. We are going to know about the Yogini Tantra, and also the various pithas that are available in this part of the world. So whenever we get an idea about the name like Kamrupa, we must need to associate it with Vedic sources because it is the Gopatha Brahmana which is one of the component of the Vedic source which are actually talk about the origin of the Kamrupa. Now, whenever we talk about the Prajatisha, which is a whose foundation is laid by the Amruta Raja, which is actually this source is also available in Ramayana, which is also one of the component of Vedic source. And these pithas, which are already mentioned in this session, is Ratnapitha, Bhadrapitha, Samarpitha, and Kamapitha, which is also given by Yogini Tantra, which is also an important component of the Vedic source. Now, we are talking about the foreign sources from where we get the information about our history. We must need to mention about the scriptures or writings which are given by the foreign travelers, and specifically we must need to mention the name of the Yuan Sang in the form of Suyuki, where he mentioned about about the various information about this part of the world. So this is the primarily the literary source from where we get the information about our history. Now, in the next slide, we are going to discuss about the origin. We all know that the old in the older time, we this part is basically known as a Pragjatishpur or Pragjatish. So, the primarily this Pragjyotish is confined into two parts. One part is Prag and one part is Jyotish. Prag means former or the eastern, and Jyotisha means astrology. So this is also an this is this about Prakritisha. We got this information out of the Kalika Puran. Now, when you talk about the Kamrupa, whose information is available in the Gopatha Brahmana, that means that we are talking about the what Vedic literature. This Kamrupa is also one of the oldest name of the current Assam where we are actually residing. So this Kamrupa information is also available from the Gopatha Brahmana. Now, when we talk about the Assam, this word Assam is basically come from a word that is known as what Asama, which means uneven, or you can say they're not balanced. Asaman, that is primarily this Assam word is primarily come from Asama. That is means in the oldest scriptures it is written as an uneven. Okay, so when you talk about the word Assam, it means Asaman. Okay, it will basically come from the word Asaman. Now we are gone through with the next slide, so where we are going to discuss about the rulers of Assam, starting from the Mahiranga Danava. So Mahiranga Danava is considered to be the um, first, you know, recognized, or you can say the earliest king of this part of the world. The Danava dynasty is basically the foremost ruler of this this part of the world. So, following him, we are going to know about the another important ruler whose name is what, Naraka. Now, who is Naraka? Naraka is the son of Prithvi, or you can say Mother Earth. Okay. So now, this Naraka is also known as a Bhauma in the earlier scriptures, and this Naraka is actually killed by Sri Krishna, and in place of Naraka, his son Bhagadatta is placed by the Krishna. So now, after Narakasur, when you talk about the Narakasur, we must need to mention about his contribution in developing the the Ma Kamakhya temple, and also he's also excavated a tank and constructed a road to the temple in a single night. So these are very very basic things that we all know. And after Naraka, we are now concerned with Bhagadatta. Now, who is Bhagadatta? Bhagadatta is the son of what, Narakasura, who is killed by the Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna placed Bhagadatta in place of Narakasura. Now, the interesting fact that is associated with the Bhagadatta is that Bhagadatta gave his daughter Bhanumati in a marriage to Duryodhana. Duryodhana is a very popular fighter or warrior in the Kaurava part. Okay, so during the war of Mahabharata, this Bhagadatta character is actually take the part of what, and the Kauravas. Okay, so that's why we must need to remember one thing is that Bhagadatta, even though he is placed by Sri Krishna in the throne, but he take the part of Kaurava, which is fought against Pandava and against Sri Krishna. So Bhagadatta is considered, and the reason is very obvious, that he is given his daughter Bhanumati to get an marriage to Duryodhana. So that's why Bhagadatta is supposed to be take the part of the Kaurava during the Mahabharata war. Now, after Bhagadatta, now how Bhagadatta is murdered or killed. When we talk about the Bhagadatta's killing, then we must need to mention the fact that is happened in the Kurukshetra war, where King Arjuna is killed Bhagadatta, and that is the way that Bhagadatta is actually get out from the history of Assam. So after Bhagadatta, there is another king is very much popular in Assam history. His name is Bhishmak, and Bhishmak is and his kingdom is called as Vidarbha, that is, which is nowadays is known as what, Sodia. His capital was Kundina, situated in the bank of river Kundul. Daughter Rukmini wanted to marry Krishna, means Bhishmak's daughter Rukmini is wanted to marry Krishna. However, Bhishmaka wanted to marry her his daughter with Shishupal. On the wedding day, Sri Krishna carried her off in his chariot to Dwaraka. The Chutiyas traced their descent from the Bhishmaka. So this is the story which is behind with Bhishmaka. So after Bhishmaka, then we are going to know about the Banasura. Banasura is very popular indeed, and his capital is in Sonitpur. He built the Shiva temple of Mahabhairav in Tezpur. we are actually know about the Mahabharata temple of Shiva, Lord Shiva, and this Lord Shiva temple is actually built up by Banasura. Usha married Anuruddha. Bana had a daughter. Sorry, Bana had a daughter named Usha. Usha married Anuruddha, the grandson of what? Sri Krishna. With the help of her friend Chitralekha, Banasura then kept Anuruddha in a captive. Finally, Anuruddha was rescued by Sri Krishna. That is known as the Harihar Yuddha. There is a very interesting story is there. It means that Banasur had a daughter, and her name is what? Usha. Usha getting married with Anuruddha. And who is now Anuruddha? Anuruddha is the grandson of what? Sri Krishna. Now, the fact is that Banasura kept Anuruddha in his under his captive, and in that case, Anuruddha was rescued by Sri Krishna in the war of Harihar Yuddha. Okay, so Banasur's grandson Bhaluk made his capital at Bhalukpong. So this is the basic story which is associated with Banasura. So the basic questions that may be come from the Banasura is that what is his capital and what is his contribution? His contribution is one building a Shiva temple of Mahabhairav, which is available in Taispur. Now Bana had a daughter whose name is what? Usha, and Sri Krishna's grandson Anuruddha get married with what? Usha. In that time, Banasura make Anuruddha as his captive. After that, Anuruddha was escaped, or you can say rescued by Sri Krishna, and that war with Banasura and Sri Krishna is known as Harihar Yuddha. So this is the very important story which is associated with Banasura. So in this first part of the video, we are discuss about the what the first earliest kingdom rulers and starting from Mahiranga Danav to Banasura. চ' মই অসমীয়াত আকৌ একবাৰ ৰিভিশ্যন দি আছোঁ এইটো জেনেৰেলি আমাৰ যিখিনি আজি হিষ্ট্ৰী ষ্টাৰ্ট হৈছে এইটো হিষ্ট্ৰীৰ ফাৰ্ষ্ট যিটো পাৰ্ট আমি ফাৰ্ষ্ট শ্লাইডত আমি পঢ়িছোঁ যে লিটাৰেৰী চ'ৰ্চ আমি ক'ৰ পৰা আমি এই হিষ্ট্ৰীৰ কথাখিনি বুজিলোঁ হিষ্ট্ৰী বেচিকেলি আৰ ডিভাইডেড ইনটু টু চ'ৰ্চ এটা চ'ৰ্চৰ নাম দিয়া হৈছে বেদিক চ'ৰ্চ এটা চ'ৰ্চৰ নাম দিয়া হৈছে ফৰেন চ'ৰ্চ বেদিক চ'ৰ্চ মানে যিবিলাক আমাৰ হয় আমি বেলেগৰ পৰা লোৱা নাই আমাৰ এই চ'ৰ্চে যেনেকৈ ৰামায়ণা হয় কালিকা পুৰাণ হয় য়গনি তন্ত্ৰা হয় সেইবোৰ আমি বেদিক চ'ৰ্চৰ ভিতৰত ৰাখিছোঁ আৰু ফৰেন চ'ৰ্চ মানে ফৰেন ট্ৰেভেলাৰ যিবিলাক আমাৰ ইয়াতে আহিছিলে তেওঁলোকে ইয়াতে থাকি কিনে যিখিনি লিখিছে তাৰ পৰা যেতিয়া আমি অধ্যয়ন কৰোঁ দেট ইজ নন এজ ওৱান ফৰেন চ'ৰ্চেছ এতিয়া কথাটো হ'ল যে অৰিজিন অফ দ্য নেম এতিয়া প্ৰাগজ্যোতিষপুৰ আৰু প্ৰাগজ্যোতিষা এইখিনি নাম যিটো আমি চবেই গম পাওঁ এইখিনি নাম হ'ল চবতকৈ পুৰণা নামৰ ভিতৰত এটা নাম হ'ল প্ৰাগজ্যোতিষপুৰ অৰ প্ৰাগজ্যোতিষ চ' সেই নামখিনি আকৌ দুটা ভাগত ভাগ আছে এটা হ'ল প্ৰাগ এটা হ'ল কি জ্যোতিষ চ' প্ৰাগ মানে হ'ল পূৰ্ব উত্তৰ মানে ইষ্টাৰ্ণ পাৰ্ট আৰু জ্যোতিষ মানেতো এষ্ট্ৰলজিৰ কথা কোৱা হৈছে এতিয়া নেক্সট যিটো আহিছে এইটো হ'ল কি কামৰূপাৰ কথাটো আমি ক'ৰ পৰা গম পাইছোঁ আমাৰ বৈদিক লিটাৰেচাৰত আছে আৰু বৈদিক লিটাৰেচাৰৰ ভিতৰত ক'ত আছে সেইটো লিখা আছে গোপাথা ব্ৰাহ্মণত তাৰপিছত আছাম যিটো ৱৰ্ড সেইটো ৱৰ্ড আমি পাইছোঁ অসমান ৱৰ্ডৰ পৰা নট বেলেঞ্চ যিটো মানে বেলেঞ্চ নহয় অসমান হয় বস্তুটো সেইখিনি ৱৰ্ডৰ পৰা আমাৰ কি আহিছে আছাম আহিছে তো হিষ্ট্ৰীৰ পৰাই আমি ডিৰাইভ কৰিছোঁ অ'কে ইয়াৰ পিছৰ যিটো শ্লাইড তাতে আমি ডিছকাছ কৰিছোঁ যে ট্ৰেডিশ্যনেল ৰুলাৰ কেইটা কোন কোন ৰুলাৰ আছিলে চ' একদম যদি আৰম্ভণিৰ ৰুলাৰৰ কথা ভাবোঁ তেনেহ'লে অসমৰ প্ৰথম যিটো ৰুলাৰ আছিলে তেওঁৰ নাম হ'ল মহিৰাংগ দানৱ। দানৱৰ ডাইনেষ্টি আছিলে ইয়াতে। চ' তেওঁৰ পিছৰ যিখিনি ৰজা আছিলে, সেইখন ৰজাৰ নাম আছিল নৰকাসুৰ। দানৱ ডাইনেষ্টিৰ মহিৰাংগ দানৱ এইখিনি জানিলেই হ'ল। তাৰপিছত নৰকাসুৰৰ কণ্ট্ৰিবিউশ্যন আমি চবেই গম পাওঁ, মা কামাখ্যা মন্দিৰত তেওঁৰ কণ্ট্ৰিবিউশ্যন। তেওঁ এইবিলাক মন্দিৰটো বনাইছিলে এই ৰাতিৰ ভিতৰত। কিন্তু কথাটো হ'ল কি, এই নৰকাসুৰবোৰক মাৰিছে কোনে? এওঁক মাৰিছে শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণই। মাৰি কিনে কি কৰিছে, এওঁৰে পুত্ৰ ভগদত্তক কি কৰিছে, সেইটো ৰাজপ্ৰসাদত শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণই বহাই দিছে। এতিয়া ভগদত্তই কি কৰিছে, নেক্সট যেতিয়া ৰজা হৈছে, তেওঁ কি কৰিছে, তেওঁৰ যিটো ছোৱালী আছিলে ভানুমতী, তেওঁক বিয়া দিছে কাৰ লগত? দুৰ্যোধনৰ লগত। অভিয়াছলি ছোৱালীক য'ত বিয়া দিছে তেওঁৰ পক্ষই ল'ব যুদ্ধত। সেইকাৰণে ভগদত্ত কি কৰিছিলে, যেতিয়া মহাভাৰতত যেতিয়া যুদ্ধ হৈছিলে, তেতিয়া কৌৰৱৰ পক্ষত হৈ কিনে পাণ্ডৱৰ এগেইনষ্টত যুদ্ধ কৰিছিলে। পাণ্ডৱৰ এগেইনষ্টত যুদ্ধ কৰা মানে শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণৰ এগেইনষ্টতে যুদ্ধ কৰিছিলে। চ' ইট ইজ এ ভেৰি ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কেৰেক্টাৰিষ্টিক্স, দেট ইজ এটা কেৰেক্টাৰ আছে যিটো ভগদত্তৰ লগত এছ'চিয়েট হৈ আছে। ইয়াৰ পিছত অৰ্জুনে কি কৰিছে, কালক্ৰমে কুৰুক্ষেত্ৰ যুদ্ধত ভগদত্তক মাৰিছে। চ' এইটো পাৰ্ট হ'ল ভগদত্তৰ। ভগদত্তৰ পিছত আৰু এজন ৰজা আহিছে, সেইজনৰ নাম হ'ল কি? ভীষ্ম। ভীষ্মকৰ বিশেষ আমি জানিব নালাগে। ভীষ্মকৰ যিটো ৰাজধানী আছিলে সেইটো হ'ল কি? শদিয়া। তেওঁৰ মেইনলি শদিয়াৰ মানুহলৈকে আছিলে। তেওঁৰে জীয়ৰীৰ নাম আছিলে ৰুক্মণী, যোনে শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণৰ লগত বিয়া পাতিব খুজিছিলে। কিন্তু ভীষ্মকে তাৰ লগত শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণৰ লগত বিয়া নিদি কিনে শিশুপালৰ লগত বিয়া দিব বিচাৰিছিলে। কিন্তু আহ, বিয়াৰ দিনা শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণই ৰুক্মণীক উঠাই লৈ গ'ল আৰু লৈ কিনে দ্বাৰকাত লৈ গ'ল। চ' দিছ ইজ দ্য ভেৰি ইণ্টাৰেষ্টিং ষ্টৰি দেট ইজ এছ'চিয়েটেড উইথ Bhishma. After Bhishma, we know about the Banasura. So, who is Banasura? Banasura's capital আছিলে শোণিতপুৰত। তেওঁৰ চবতছে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কণ্ট্ৰিবিউশ্যন হ'ল কি, শিৱ মন্দিৰ বনাইছিলে। ক'ত বনাইছিলে? তেজপুৰত। ভেৰি ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট। And after that, another important story that is associated with Banasura is that uh, Banasura's ছোৱালীৰ নাম আছিলে Usha, who is wanted to get married with Anuruddha, and eventually that is happened. তাতে হেল্প কৰিছিলে চিত্ৰলেখাই। কিন্তু কথাটো হ'ল বানাসুৰা কি কৰিছে, খঙতে অনুৰুদ্ধক নিজৰ কেপটিভত থৈ দিছে। আৰু পিছত শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণৰ ইণ্টাৰফিয়াৰেঞ্চত অনুৰুদ্ধ গেট ৰেস্কিউড। চ' দিছ ইজ সেইটোক আমি কি বুলি কিনে গম পাওঁ, হৰিহৰৰ যুদ্ধ বুলি কিনে গম পাওঁ। চ' দিছ ইজ দ্য ভেৰি ইণ্টাৰেষ্টিং ষ্টৰিজ দেজ আৰ এছ'চিয়েটেড উইথ এইখিনি ৰজাৰ লগত এছ'চিয়েটেড হৈছে। চ' আমি এই ফাৰ্ষ্ট ভিডিঅ'টোত আমি এইখিনি জানিলোঁ। ইন দ্য ছাবচিকুৱেণ্ট ভিডিঅ'বিলাকত আমি আৰু ডাইনেষ্টিবিলাক যিটো আছে, যেনেকুৱা আমি বৰ্মন ডাইনেষ্টিৰ বিষয়ে আমি পঢ়িম। So I hope that this video is very much helpful to all of you. Understand, you get an idea about the starting period of Assam history, and the subsequent period when you go to the depth of the study, then you are going to get more knowledge about the Assam history, and which will help you to build up your preparation for the various state related exams like APSC and ADRS and all. With this, I'm going to wrapping up this video. If you like this video, then please subscribe my channel and share it. Thank you.